I'm Lemuel de Guzman.
Uh,
Currently, I'm working as an activities coordinator here in Motueka, New Zealand, and we've been here for more than 2 years. When we left the Philippines, I was a workforce supervisor from the BPO company, and I was there for more than 16 years. Then doon kami nagkakilala ni Des, dun sa previous work ko.
Rodessa de Guzman. Um, we're originally from, sorry. We were from Bulacan, Baliwag, Bulacan in the Philippines, and we moved to New Zealand in 2023. Mother of two. Uh, Currently, I'm a healthcare assistant in one of the aged care home here in Otweka. That's it.
so I think a good place to start is asking, ano yung nag-inspire sa inyo mag-New Zealand? So, like from the start ba, you were already thinking about migration? I know that you guys have family there, so parang this is like one of the yung parang holiday, tapos na-convince kayo while you were there? Or, yeah, tell us a bit about yung how New Zealand appeared on your radar.
Well, it all started when yung family ni Lemuel nag-migrate sila to New Zealand. So every day they call kasi may video call na ngayon. So pag nagko-call sila, all they talk about is how good New Zealand is, how beautiful New Zealand is, yung mga ganyan. So kami naman, actually it's always our plan na mag-abroad, kasi parang mindset namin is when we think about the future of our kids is yung kailangan namin ng mas magandang opportunity. And ang iniisip namin na kapag nag-abroad kami, that's when we can find yung better opportunities na pwede kaming mag-save para sa kids namin, sa future nila, sa education nila, like that. But then, back then, hindi pa talaga New Zealand yung plano namin. Parang, we're exploring yung kung saan po pwede.
Kung anong country yung mas maganda yung opportunity.
We first
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, we first thought about
US.
the US. Since meron kaming family doon, then, na parang, and since nursing graduate nga ako, matagal na ako pinupush na mag-take nga ng exam to become a nurse in sa US. So, yun yung una naming tinitingnan na pathway. And then also yung Canada, kasi yung Canada that time naglabas din sila ng opportunity that I can work while studying for the exam para maging nurse din doon. And yung family niya, biglang nagpunta ng New Zealand.
Yeah.
Nagkaroon ng, yung, ano tawag doon, yung
Parang one
naging resident
something like that.
sila bigla.
Yeah, yung
Yun.
2021 residents.
Nakasama si Daddy. And then, dahil si Dad na lang ang natitirang parent namin, almost every day nagkakaroon kami ng video call. Just, have conversation, kumusta yung buhay dyan, kumusta yung buhay sa Pilipinas.
Yeah.
Then, yun yung naging inspiration namin na, well, malay natin one day, we can go there. First.
Yeah.
Yung encouragement
So
din ng
it was like, nag-2021 resident sila. Tapos yung dad mo, pumunta, like, yung when they moved to settle, like, bumisita siya. Tama ba?
Kasama na nila nung nag-residency. Sinabay na nila si Daddy. At si Daddy kasi, dahil father siya, visit visa yung kanya. Pero yung mga apo niya, yung kapatid ko, mga residency na sila dito resident na sila sa New Zealand. Pero during that time, dahil nagkaroon ng iba't ibang tragedy sa family, nagkaroon kami ng nasunog yung bahay namin. Nagkaroon ng mga delays, nagkaroon ng pandemic. So na-delay yung pagpunta nila dito sa New Zealand. Kaya nung pumunta na sila, sabay-sabay na kasama si Daddy. Pero yung kay Dad, visit visa.
Sobrang fresh start pala, no? Yung nag-resident sila.
Mhm.
Sila
Sorry,
talaga
you
yung
were saying?
nag-encourage sa'min na magpunta ng New Zealand na parang, mas better sa New Zealand compared dun sa iniisip namin na mag-US, na mag-Canada. Mas better dito, mas maganda yung weather, mas, mababait yung mga tao, less discrimination, yung mga ganong eksenang
Mm.
mga ganong topic before. Now,
Yeah.
na-realize naman namin na ngayong nandito na kami na
True.
tama nga and good decision. So far,
Yeah.
sobrang good decision na ito yung best way na dinala kami ni Lord. Sobrang sobrang thankful, sobrang grateful talaga.
Yeah. Was there a reason bakit? Kasi matagal niyo na siyang inisip, 'di ba? Pero ano yung thing na kinda nag-delay nung plans mo na hindi ka nag-NCLEX agad or hindi mo triny yung dun sa Canada? Was there something that you were waiting for or wala naman?
Actually, nasa process na kasi pareho kaming work from home. So, nandun na ako sa process na nagre-review ako while working kasi yung trabaho namin graveyard shift. Kaso lang si Yeshua, yung youngest ko, baby pa nun. So mahirap talagang i-manage yung time na nagre-review ako, nagwo-work ako, in the morning nanay ako. Parang gano'n. Sobrang
Hard to juggle.
hirap-hirap. Parang hindi ko kaya na tapos 'pag nagta-try na ako, nag-enroll na ako ng mga NCLEX, courses, review courses. Tapos 'pag nagta-try ako na mock test, gano'n, hindi ko nakukuha, hindi consistent yung scores ko. So alam ko, hindi ko kakayanin. But back then, actually, ang bilis nga Miss Raffy, kasi kung 2023 kami nagpunta dito sa New Zealand, 2022 lang nangyari 'to na parang late 2022. Yun yung plano na mag-US, tapos yung Canada tinitingnan din. Then February nung, mga few months na dito yung family niya, sabi, "Why don't you try coming? Mag-risk ba, mag-visit
Take
kayo
the
here,
risk. Yes. Visit the risk.
tapos, try mong maghanap ng opportunity dito. Kasi nurse ka naman diyan, baka sabi nila, may potential na makahanap ng trabaho yung mga nurses sa
Sa
Philippines
healthcare.
dito." So,
Yeah.
yun nga, medyo hesitant at first kasi 'pag sinabi ko kasi oo, nurse ako, licensed nurse ako, but then actually wala akong experience as a clinical nurse. Wala akong experience sa hospital, sa clinic, ganyan. So, more on sa BPO industry kami. So, kaya parang nandun yung hesitation, but then sabi, "O sige, let's take the risk anyway." Ano man mangyari, ano lang naman kami, nag-file lang kami ng leave sa trabaho.
Vacation lang talaga.
Yeah, so
Supposedly.
kung vacation, and then pero sinamahan talaga namin ng matinding
Dasal.
dasal.
Yung
Dasal.
talagang halos mag-petition kami araw-araw sa church para, alam mo yun, bigyan kami ng guidance kung ano yung talagang dapat gawin, kung para sa amin ba talaga 'tong magiging buhay namin dito sa New Zealand.
Oo, talagang dito kami ni-lead talaga kasi tatlo yung options namin. Nagpe-pray kami, kayo na pong bahala kung saan niyo kami dalhin. So, US, Canada, and then New Zealand, biglang yun.
Kumbaga sa parang least priority si New Zealand ang talagang nasa namin is US. And then all of a sudden nagbago lahat. New Zealand ang talagang, nagbigay ng way or ng opportunity para magbago lahat ng namin, yung
Yeah.
buhay.
Nabanggit mo, Des, 'di ba, na you're in the BPO industry, pero meron kang nursing background. So, nung nasa New Zealand na kayo, how were you able to enter yung care industry? Like, ano yung naging experience mo trying to move into yung healthcare from a different background, like work background?
Yeah, yung qualification itself, like, since I have the degree in nursing and the licensed nurse ako back in the Philippines, they're all saying that here in New Zealand, i-try kong mas malaki yung potential na matanggap ako as a healthcare assistant, caregiving job sa mga rest home since yun yung madami dito, madaming opening, ganyan. So, dun talaga ako nag-focus. Dun na kasi 'di ba, well, being in a customer service sa BPO industry, di naman talaga siya in demand. Parang wala siya sa grid list. So, yung possibility na makuha namin yung pathway na, I mean, yung career na meron kami back in the Philippines, sobrang baba. So, dun ako nag-focus na yun talaga yung pinag-submitan ko ng applications, yung pinag-applyan ko sa healthcare talaga, sa mga rest homes. Kung ano yung advice ng yung mga friends, family, and especially, yun nga, malaking tulong kapagka meron kang immigration advisor kasi
Oh,
advice
thanks,
ka
guys.
talaga. Ito yung, alam niyo yung process na parang, eto, dito ka, ito yung nakikita naming pathway para sa'yo. Sobrang laking tulong. Hindi yung, alam mo yung basta ka lang,
Basta ka lang.
kung yung gusto mo. Hindi ganon.
Parang
Yeah.
meron kang nagiging vision kung ano yung siyempre kung ano yung advice ng advisor mo at nandun lahat ng possibilities. Yun ang solution.
Talaga kami.
Yung first na nag-usap tayo, parang tina-try niyo na parang ano na ba yung gagawin natin kasi it had been a while tapos parang the applications wala pang fruitful. So, ano yung next step, 'di ba? And I remember na you guys were in Christchurch at the time. Tapos parang hindi ko maalala kung tama yung pagkakaalala ko, pero parang sabi niya lahat na in-applyan niyo na, as in like nag-in-person na kayo, like pinupuntahan niyo yung mga yung mga employers, maliban pa of course dun sa mga online applications. And then yung sinuggest ko sa inyo was na-try niyo na ba mag-apply dun sa mas remote, mas rural na areas. And then I think it was pretty fast, no? Yung nakakuha ka na feedback dun sa employer.
Totoo. Kaya sobra yung sorry.
Nung sinabi niyo yun, Mas
Yeah,
Rafi, nag-apply na kaagad siya sa outside Christchurch. Kasi initially naka-focus lang kami sa Christchurch eh. So, hindi namin nakikita yung outside the Christchurch. Kaya nung sinabi niyo, doon niya tinry na mag-apply outside the city.
Totoo. Talagang
Then bingo.
100%. 100%.
Yes.
Tiwala lang talaga sa mas knowledgeable.
Yeah, alam mo yun, parang I feel like sometimes people think na, kasi diba yung sa case ninyo, you really have quite a few relatives sa New Zealand. So, marami na kayo nakilala doon. Lahat sila, meron silang kanya-kanyang advice. And yung advice na yun, hindi siya mali. Tama talaga siya, diba? There's a lot na you had taken from those different people. Pero iba rin yung pag-immigration perspective kasi hindi siya personal yung advice. Like, hindi siya yung ano yung pinagdaanan ko. It's ano yung experience ng maraming iba-ibang tao and like where, yung parang, paano sila nakakita ng success. So, I do think sobrang helpful talaga yung naging approach ninyo na to take advice from a lot of different sources and to try it kasi yung pinagawa naman sa inyo is wala namang mawawala sa inyo. Hindi naman siya yung try something na it's extra gastos or yung parang hindi mo na siya mabawi, yung mga ganun na yung you set it in motion tapos ano na yun, parang lahat ng eggs mo na sa isang basket. But yun, yun yung isang naalala ko sa inyo na parang grabe, sobrang desidido. Tsaka yung nasa inyo yung action. Kasi nung nag-usap tayo nun, I think parang nung hapon pa lang na yun, nag-email ata kayo ulit or nag-message na parang, nag-apply na ako sa outside of Christchurch. Sabi ko, bilis naman ito, parang hindi niya kailangan magbago ng CV or ginawa mo siya agad-agad. And yun yung isang feeling ko na parang ingredient din dun sa success ninyo. Parang very active kayo na oo, marami talaga yung taimtim yung dasal, alam mo yun. Saka seriously, hinihingi niyo yung guidance ni Lord. But nandun yung doing your part, yung kung ano yung magagawa niyo, taking action where you can, and then leaving your results to God. So, I really think na parang that was a mindset na siguro nakatulong talaga sa inyo to really help kind of move you guys to yung next stage. Yun. Yeah, I guess yung question ko sa inyo is like, um, 'di ba pinag-usapan natin na, marami kayong na-experience na challenges finding the job. A lot of yung inquiries and like the people who watch yung channel na 'to, um, yun yung a really big question they have. Like ano ba talaga yung lagay ng opportunities in the healthcare sector in New Zealand now? Kasi marami yung nagsasabi na, wala talagang trabaho, dine-discourage nila yung ano, yung parang mag-try pa yung mga tao. And as two people who actually work in healthcare na in a part of New Zealand na parang hindi naman siya parang it's not the biggest city, hindi siya major city. Ano yung observations niyo? Ano yung masasabi niyo about trying to find a job in the healthcare industry now?
Well, hindi siya masasabi namin hindi talaga siya madali, pero posible. So, if you do have the qualification, you just have to believe in yourself, work hard for it, pray, and also do your own research. Like, you go for readings and yung mga advices katulad ng kanina na mention, yung mga advice lalo na ng mga professionals. Ako talaga, masasabi ko na sobrang importante na merong advice from a licensed immigration advisor kasi mas alam nila yung proseso, alam nila yung mga uh, possibility, yung mga pathways na possible. So right now, yes, mahirap, challenging makakuha ng trabaho. Kasi yung kompetensya malaki, mataas yung kompetensya. But then if you have the qualification, actually, si Lemuel, wala nga kaming, enough experience. Pero, but then, we were able to find an opportunity. So, kung para sa'yo talaga at you work hard for it, kaya, posible. Posible siya. Tama.
Oo. And then yung sabi nila na wala namang trabaho. Meron. Based sa observation ko sa current employer namin, tuloy-tuloy yung hiring process nila, eh. May umaalis, may dumarating. Mostly nga ng mga dumarating sa employer namin mga mga anong tawag dito, migrants na katulad namin. So kung yung skills mo, yung skill set mo, yung experience mo, yung background mo is fit dun sa trabaho, I'm sure you will get the job. Oo.
Yeah. That's an interesting thing you said na yung parang may umaalis. Ano yung reason kung ba't umaalis? Like, yung mga like changes in life plans, mga ganon.
Yeah, changes in life plans. Looking at our current employer, may mga mostly kasi yung mga locals, yun yung mga umaalis. Then pinapalitan nila ng mga migrant. Sa locals ang nila greener pasture. Ang kanilang reason mostly yung mga Kiwis, yung mga Maoris. Pumunta sila sa Australia. Kasi ang sinasabi
I
nila
was gonna say,
oo.
iba
Sinasabi
kasi yung
nila
opportunity nila. Oo.
Oo.
Ito din ng employer
Right.
namin na mostly yung mga nagtatagal sa kanila ngayon.
Migrants.
Yeah. So,
Mas prefer nila yung migrant workers. Pero siyempre dahil meron silang process na sinusunod, kung hindi kagatin ng mga locals, ibibigay nila sa migrants. Meron namang mga ganung factor, eh.
So, dun pumapasok nga yung qualifications when it comes to applying for your visa, for your work visa. Kasi, gusto nilang kumuha ng migrants, pero, still, ia-apply pa rin nila ng work visa sa immigration. So, yun.
Yeah.
Dun pumapasok yung mga qualifications.
Yeah, that's very very common feedback sa mga employer na hindi na siya migrants pero madalas gusto na talaga nila yung mga Filipino na workers. Kasi yung attitudes towards work, parang they find it na okay i-manage yung Pinoy. And collaborative. Parang lalo na 'pag maraming ibang Pinoy dun sa workplace, they tend to, kind of band together tapos yung nagje-gel kasi because of the culture.
Oo.
So, it's really good to hear na nandun pa rin yung opportunities. Kasi ang dami talaga na yung naririnig na yung negative na, "Oh, wag ka na mag-attempt," ganyan, ganyan. And the places na feeling ko talaga na-experience yung sobrang gano'n na sobrang hirap ng work opportunities actually is in major cities like Auckland. So parang, we do have a bunch of clients na kakausapin kami, sabihin nila na parang ang hirap na talaga, because there's sobrang saturated ng labor market. So I think now na parang we're entering 2026, people should really start looking into yung regions kasi, um, iba siya yung the labor market is very different in the regions. And hindi siya the same like 'di ba parang 'pag pinag-usapan natin punta ka sa probinsya sa Pilipinas, hindi siya the same kind of experience.
Yeah,
True.
So,
absolutely.
like, 'cause you guys live in Motueka, right? Ano yung masasabi niyo about living in like a smaller town sa New Zealand?
Well, for me, mas marami yung positivity dito sa, Motueka, compared dun sa buhay ng naranasan namin, starting sa Manila pa lang. And then nung nag-try kami dito sa Christchurch, mas marami yung, magandang experience namin dito sa Motueka, eh. Number one is yung
Oh, yeah?
tranquility, tahimik,
Mm.
walang traffic, walang pollution, walang alam mo yun, yung paglabas mo ng bahay sobrang sariwa ng hangin. Tapos yung kids
Mm.
madali silang naka-adapt sa community namin dito sa Motueka. Tapos yung population hindi gano'n karami, hindi mo na kailangang makipagsiksikan sa grocery, sa gas station. So, alam mo yun, yung dahil, medyo naano na kami sa city life from the Philippines, Manila, Christchurch naranasan na rin namin. Mas naging okey sa amin yung pagtira namin dito sa Motueka.
Being here, Miss Raffy, parang na-realize namin na sobrang dali lang pala ng buhay. Bakit parang
Oo.
nung nasa Pilipinas ka, parang bakit ang toxic na parang, alam mo yun, parang dito kasi sobrang laid back. Oo, di ka lang nagtatrabaho, may quality time ka with with the family and meron kang self-care, yung mga ganong bagay. Sobrang peaceful nung napuntahan namin. So, talagang walang regret na dito kami dinala na
Mm.
sobrang talaga, Miss Raffy. Sobrang
Mas na-emphasize yung work-life balance namin pagdating namin dito sa Motueka.
kung family-oriented ka, tapos yun yung gusto mo, yung quality, life, yung gano'n, dito ka. At less yung gastos 'pag nasa
And at the same time, mas napapaligiran ka ng maraming pasyalan, mga magagandang lugar.
Sure.
Oo.
Hindi yung malls, hindi yung restaurants. Kasi kapag nasa city life ka,
Mas
Tama.
kain ka sa labas.
expenditure mo mas mataas, eh, kapag nasa city ka, eh. Pagka nasa city ka
Oo.
marami kang maba-browse sa ano, sa mall.
Bibili dun.
Yeah,
Dito
yeah.
Dito kahit
dito, konti lang yung mga shops. Tapos yun,
Parang ano
maaga
'no,
pang
di mo nare-realize na yung parang 'pag nasa city ka, wala, eh, hindi mo maiwasan yung capitalism. Yung
yeah,
yung lifestyle itself nagcha-change. It's like a really good point to make. Okay.
simple lang ang ano, napakasimple ng pamumuhay dito. Mabagal ang pacing pero, masasabi mong okey naman. Parang nare-realize hindi mo pala kailangang makipagkumpitensya sa ganito, hindi mo naman kailangang makipagsiksikan sa ganyan.
Sa
Yeah, yeah.
sarili sa buhay, yung parang gano'n, parang sobrang relax.
Oh.
Sobrang yeah.
Gustong-gusto ko yung sinasabi mo na parang basically magcha-change din yung mindset mo around recreation. Like, how do you spend your time when you move to a smaller city? Kasi yun talaga, like, you're not gonna have the same conveniences that it exists in bigger cities. Pero, kaya rin nag-i-exist yung mga gano'n kasi mas hectic, mas fast-paced, mas stressful yung buhay sa city. Na parang a lot of that is kumbaga parang ginagamot mo lang yung stress mo, yun yung ginagastusan mo.
Totoo. Napakabilis kasi ng
And
pacing
I
nung
feel like
mga previous ano natin, eh, 'di ba? Nung nasa Manila
oo.
pa tayo.
Tsaka
Yeah.
feeling ko, alam mo yung parang feeling ko sobrang ramdam niyo yung difference kasi galing kayo ng BPO na sobrang taas talaga nung stress
Yung
level. So yun
yung
pa yung night shift, 'di ba? Parang
oo,
ibang-iba yung lifestyle. Oo. So parang it definitely is like kasi inisip ko yung the kind of adjustment that you had, not just for New Zealand, pero yun nga parang sobrang nag-overhaul talaga nung yung the change in career, iniba niya talaga entirely yung ano, yung the way you
yeah.
guys live. Did
And at
that
the same
also
time
change?
yeah,
Ay,
Miss
sige,
Rafi
sige,
yung sa
go, ikaw muna.
yung flexibility ng employer mismo when it comes to the schedule,
Mm,
lalo na kung family man ka or family person ka, kung ano
uh-huh.
yung kung ano yung convenience ng mga bata, yun yung priority nila.
Mm,
Para i-adjust yung schedule ng parents.
mm.
It's the
I
difference.
was actually sobrang galing. I was gonna ask that, yung parang ngayon na nag-change yung lifestyle niyo from view kasi hindi na kayo night shift. Does that mean that you're also spending more time with the kids and the family?
Yes. Yeah.
And
Okay.
nakakatuwa kasi, Ma'am Rafi, iba kasi yung nasa Pilipinas ka, parang you're on your own to manage your time. Parang hindi walang work around with employer. Basta pumasok ka, ito yung schedule mo, pumasok ka. Pero nung dumating kami dito, sobrang iba yung culture when it comes to yung sa work. Dahil sila pa yung maghahanap ng work around para mas pa-prioritize mo na may mas marami kang time sa family mo. Na parang na yung
Mm.
buhay mo ay hindi lang trabaho, parang gano'n.
Pamilya. Sa'tin kasi,
Ano siya 'no, yung difference ng like sa Pilipinas, yung parang
ah,
working to live, tapos yung living to work.
living
Alam
to
mo yun?
work.
Parang
Yeah.
oo, parang sa Pilipinas masyado siyang gano'n, living to work para lang buhayin mo yung pamilya mo.
Oo.
Gano'n.
Tsaka yung halimbawa yung, "Paano yan walang mag-aalaga sa anak ko?"
So,
Ay hindi kami mag-a-adjust, parang gano'n ang ano sa Philippines, eh.
Oo.
Dito parang,
Tsaka
"Paano yan
problema
walang
mo yan,
silang
ba't mo
magtatanong sa'yo,
dalhin dito?
paano yan walang mag-aalaga sa anak mo?" Gano'n. Sila ang magtatanong,
Yeah,
"I-adjust natin yung schedule niyo." Gano'n ang ano nila.
yeah.
uupuan ka talaga nila, "Let's talk about this, let's talk about how will you be able to manage your time,"
Mm.
gano'n. Sobrang ay, sobrang thankful ka. Even yung opportunity for Lemuel finding a job here, sila din talaga yung nag-adjust for us, Ma'am Rafi, if you can still remember.
Mm.
'Di ba ako
Yeah,
yung
yeah.
na-hire as parang eto yung, level gan'to ka, ganyan. Pero dahil gusto nilang buong family mag-relocate dito, ano bang background nung ano mo, ng husband mo, ganyan, ganyan. So, puwede ko silang inofferan din siya ng work, but then since hindi magwo-workout yung sa immigration process, para magka-visa siya, nag-adjust sila. Talagang
Mm.
impromptu, "O sige, gawin nating ganito yung salary grade mo para mai-apply natin siya ng visa, makapag-work din siya." Sobrang, sobrang naman ano, sobrang ano natin na recall nawawala na ako sa words ko kasi talagang hindi
Yeah,
namin hanggang ngayon hindi namin
ine-expect.
ma-imagine na bakit
Yeah.
lahat ginawa para sa'tin para lang mag-stay tayo dito. So, parang ito talaga, yeah, ang bait.
I think one of the things na people don't realize is yung experience niyo is actually pretty normal in New Zealand, 'di ba? Like if you've talked to other people, normal siya in the sense na yung na-experience natin sa employers dito sa Pilipinas na lagi siyang business first tapos yung parang hindi masyado kino-consider yung welfare ng tao or even yung overall family situation ng tao. Yun yung talagang norm dito. 'pag nakakuha ka ng magandang employer, sobrang rare nun. Pero in New Zealand, that's actually quite normal na yung nag-a-adjust sila dun sa
Yes.
ano ba yung mga kunwari magsusundo ka ba ng bata sa hapon, kailangan, yung schedules niyo accommodate for that. That's actually like super normal sa New Zealand. And I think for a lot of Filipinos, parang medyo yung experience of working in New Zealand, medyo nare-rewire niya yung brain natin kung ano pala yung puwede and like anong acceptable, nagcha-change yung ano yung thinking natin around like ano yung acceptable na kind of workplace. Kasi parang yung feeling na puwede pala yun, 'di ba?
Sa Pilipinas parang wala kang
Oo.
choice. No choice,
Yeah, wala kang
ganyan.
choice kasi lahat ng pupuntahan mo gano'n, same,
Oo,
'di ba?
pare-parehas.
Tapos parang ang kino-compare mo na lang tuloy is pay, kasi yun na lang yung nagva-vary, eh. Kasi kahit naman yung benefits, 'di ba, parang hindi siya structured for, yun talagang well-being. It's they pay for things para magkaroon ng well-being. Like, oh, bigyan ka namin ng maybe a few more extra days, pero apart from that is like, oh, tataasan namin yung HMO coverage, gano'n. So, hindi siya yung parang investment in your everyday living. It's yung 'pag na-burnout ka na, para kang binand-aid para makabalik. So, I think that's like a key difference in the how New Zealand employers kinda look at, employee welfare. And I think it's a lot na yung parang how they want to be treated. Kasi sila din, 'di ba, parang pumapasok din sila, like Kiwis pumapasok din, and that's what's normal to them.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess, like, one question that I have for you guys, yun, parang one of the other things I feel na yung experience niyo around, because we were talking about community, 'di ba, na parang they really help yung parang you felt na parang moving heaven and earth para ma-accommodate niyo, keeping the family together and that sort of thing. Feeling ko part of that is also attributable na employer siya in a smaller town. Kasi parang when you have like yung bigger employers, it's a little bit harder for them to make yung individual accommodations kasi ang dami nung iba-ibang employees. So, parang I think you've like spoken quite a bit about yung parang ano yung great things about living in ano, 'di ba, in a small town. Um, a lot of people would have reservations na 'pag inisip nila small town. How about yung things like your access to, like hospitals or yung mga bata, kamusta yung lagay ng school nila? What would you say to someone who has, reservations about considering opportunities sa smaller places because of yung mga practical things like that?
When it comes to basic necessities naman and at the same time yung accessibility sa mga like hospitals, supermarkets, meron namang mga gano'n dito. Though ang Nelson is, medyo malayo, mga nasa 45 minutes away from Motueka. Pero when it comes to emergency, mabilis naman ang action ng ano, especially 'pag tumawag ka ng ambulance. Tawag ka ng 111, 2 minutes nandito na sila. And then kung titingnan nila kung gaano yung, gaano ka-severe yung case ng health issue mo, mabilis naman nilang naitatakbo sa hospital. Sa mga supermarkets naman, walking distance lang.
Mm,
Kung basic needs lang naman at saka yung mga pagkain meron tayong supply.
mm,
Sa school naman, ah, okey naman ang studies ng mga bata, eh, 'di ba?
Um, if they are to compare yun nga, yung sa urban and rural life, here in New Zealand, it's totally different in from the Philippines naman kasi. Kasi sa Pilipinas kapagka lalo yung nasa city ka nga medyo ano na yung access mo to healthcare, medyo limited na.
mm,
What more kapag mga nasa malalayong probinsya ka. Pero dito sa New Zealand, you don't have to worry about those access to healthcare, education, kasi it's just the same. Nandito rin lahat ng kailangan niyo. Yun lang, um, hindi siya gano'n ka, what do you call that, yung glamoroso na katulad nung nasa city na
hmm.
nandun lahat. So ako, if I
Mm.
am to choose from city living, tapos here in New Zealand, city living and dito sa rural area, mas pipiliin ko 'to for a family kasi nandito naman lahat ng kailangan ko tapos less pa yung mga temptations na hindi naman talaga natin kailangan, parang gano'n. But the
Mm.
necessity nandito lahat. So,
That's the most important thing. Kung yung mga necessities, as long as you have the basic needs, yun nga sa necessity yung sakto ka lang na mabubuhay kung may mga emergencies man or something like that, eh,
Mm.
maaagapan naman. Okay na
if
sa'kin
you
yun.
want to have like recreation, yung kapagka may holiday ka from work, sobrang accessible din naman nung mga places na yun nga, na pumunta ka sa ganito, still you can still experience those. So, kapagka
Mm.
recreation naman ang hanap mo. So, yeah, sobrang happy kami dito.
Yeah.
Ayaw na nga ditong umalis sa Motueka, eh, 'di ba? As in talagang
I get it.
nandun yung family niya
Alam
sa
mo,
Christchurch.
I was looking kasi nakikita ko yung mga pictures yun. I was like, nakikita ko yung weekend, nagba-barbecue lang kayo. And I was like, oh, I just
Oo,
love,
di
yun
ba?
yung one of the things I love the most about New Zealand. Yung parang, you know how parang they talk about like a weekend barbecue. Even it's an Australian thing as well, diba? It's a Kiwi and an Australian thing. And it's so good. Yung parang, yun, parang hindi siya fancy. Hindi siya parang dito yung sa Pilipinas, di ba? Yung pagka, kunwari magyaya ka, maghahanda ka ta sobrang effort. It was
Correct.
like, yung low effort siya, but very good. So, sustainable siya. Na ganun yung lifestyle niyo. And yun, parang
Yun.
casually, people just come over and then you spend time with, like, I think sa inyo, pati neighbors ninyo, di ba? Or landlady niyo ba yun? Kasi nakikita ko yung
Oo.
pictures. And
So,
I
Hindi
think,
nga kami yung ano, eh, dahil siguro dahil nakita yung kung paano yung mga Pilipino, kita kami yung nag-e-effort sila na mismo yung kunwari mag-i-invite sila, magba-barbecue tayo. Isipin mo landlady
yeah,
namin, sila pa mag-i-invite sa'min, yung kapitbahay namin, sila mag-i-invite.
yeah,
Gano'n kaganda yung ano nung community dito.
sobrang good
yeah.
people. Ah,
Yun din yung isang na-observe ko sa inyo kasi parang iba yung integration niyo sa community versus in bigger cities. Kasi bigger cities may tendency na 'pag mga Pilipino, maghahanap sila ng
kanya-kanyang
ibang
buhay.
Pilipino
Yes,
lang. Ta's
oo.
nagiging insular siya, yung they don't really, have like these really deep connections with people from other cultures, yung or medyo parang medyo mas hesitant na gano'n kasi may comfort zone sila na puro Pilipino. So,
Mm.
that's one of the things na I feel like yung environment niyo had really kinda hindi naman forced, pero it really gave you all these opportunities
Yes.
na maging very well integrated kayo culturally. So, I really like that about yung parang how things worked out for you, lalo na sa mga bata kasi ang liit pa nila nung nag-move sila. So, very malleable pa sila. Yung kung ano yung kinagisnan nila sa Philippines, hindi pa yon sobrang set na yung parang lalaki sila with like the same habits and stuff. So, for them, parang yung exposure nila to that na yung community na gano'n is actually also really good. Kasi sobrang magiging multicultural talaga sila growing up.
Mm.
Speaking of yung parang like, getting integrated in the culture, I feel like one of the things that also really helps people integrate is yung maging residente, right? Kasi nagiging iba yung feeling mo, eh. Meron ka talaga real sense of security and belonging kasi may permanence na yung situation
Yeah.
ninyo. So, for you, what was that like, yung process na yung dumaan kayo dun sa care workforce na residents? So, how did it feel like yung kasi medyo mahabang process siya, eh, 'di ba? Parang hindi siya yung instant apply na kami agad. So what was it like na yung you had to go through that na medyo mahabang multi-year process? Yeah. What was that like for you?
Initially may fear, Mr. Rafi.
Mm.
Siyempre, tinitingnan muna kung ano yung may mga requirements, may mga certain requirements na hinahanap ang immigration in terms of, ganong pathway. Well, since, nandiyan naman ang KORU, alam naman namin na malaki yung magiging contribution ninyo. Um, medyo na nag-subside ng konti yung fear na yun dahil alam naming nandiyan yung core na nakasupport sa amin, para maitawid namin yung residency namin.
For us, parang sobrang bilis ng mga pangyayari, Miss Rafi. Parang recently, ah, yung support and guidance talaga ng KORU, sobrang laking impact, sobrang laking difference kaysa kami yung mamomroblema, ano bang kailangan ano bang mga papers, documents yung kailangan. So, one thing for sure na mai-a-advise namin if you are to, go to come here in New Zealand, tapos magpo-process ng mga visas and all, is to really get support sa licensed immigration advisor na talagang, yung sobrang
Hassle-free.
efficient, napaka-efficient sobrang bilis ng mga
Aw, thanks guys.
ito yung mga kailangan nyo. Okay, prepare, go, submit, and then yun lang. So, saglit lang yung waiting time and then that's it. So, sobrang laking impact na meron kang magandang, meron kang reliable na
Advisor.
advisor. So, sobrang thankful
Well,
talaga kami sa'yo, Miss Rafi and to KORU.
thanks
Especially,
guys.
sobrang fresh pa rin sa memory ko nung sinabi mo na nung nasa Christchurch kami and we were actually worried na. We're starting to worry na kasi di ba 2 months lang yung visit visa namin when we first came here. Parang,
Namat na yata nung
no, just a month. And
tama.
then, tinanon ka namin kung, hindi, actually, kaya kami nag-ano sa'yo, what do you call this?
Consult.
Nag-consult
Nag-consult.
sa'yo, nag-reach out sa'yo that time is for the visit visa extension para ma-extend sana. But then, sabi mo sa amin na, how about you try ganito? Yun nga, mag-apply kami sa ganito.
Like question.
And then that night, nag-apply ako, nag-submit ako. The next day or two, meron
Tawag na.
ng email and then tawag na.
Pagkatawag sa kanya, interview ko na. Ang bilis ng process eh.
So,
After ng interview niya, ako naman ang in-interview. So, sabay lang.
sobrang wow.
Linawin ko lang for yung mga nanonood, hindi ko sila inofferan ng trabaho, hindi ko rin sila minatch with the employer. Kasi baka isipin nila
ang nai-offer niyo sa
yung payo lang namin is like yung how they deal with the New Zealand labor market. But yeah, mahirap na yung, alam mo, magpasara tayo ng DMW para sa isang bagay na hindi naman talaga namin ginagawa.
Sa iba kasi, akala nila pagka may immigration advisor, sila na rin na magbibigay ng work eh. Hindi. Yung advice.
Oo, no, parang sometimes talaga, medyo life-changing is like a good piece of advice. And it's not just like immigration. Like sometimes it's like financial advice, diba? You just get a little nugget and it's all you need to get started. Pero yun, so what I was hearing from Des is that, and actually from you, Lems, as well, is meron talagang level of anxiety. Like there's a fear that you will experience pag ina-attempt mo yung residence. Lalo na because a lot of cases, hindi talaga siya yung instant apply. Like not everybody can do yung straight to residence. But pag tama lahat, it actually happens quite quickly sa New Zealand, no? Parang it's very different for like some other countries. Like yung application process itself takes several years. And yung as in yung na-submit mo na nag-iintay ka ng outcome takes several years. See, New Zealand, it's not like that. It's like if everything is in order, things move very quickly, diba? Parang like the residence application, basta qualified na, things medyo magugulat ka na, 'di ba? Na parang nandiyan na. So that's one thing that I like na in-improve talaga ni New Zealand kasi before like yung parang main na residence category, baka it was pretty normal for it to take mga 9 to 12 months. Pero yun, like dun sa case ninyo, 'di ba? Things happen quite quickly. As in, we're talking about weeks. Hindi na siya yung parang like naghintay ka ng half a year.
Yun yung mga timeline na,
Yeah,
yung mga timeline na binigay nyo, Mr. Rafi, accurate lang eh. Pag sinabi mong 3 to 4 weeks nandiyan na talaga siya,
Yeah.
within those timeline.
Do'n ako natawa, kasi parang sabi sa'kin ni Des nung isang message niya sa'kin, "Shafi yung ano niyo, yung time estimate niyo walang mintis kasi to the
Oo,
day."
accurate.
Like 'di ba we were also doing yung for your mom, Des. So
Oo.
parang do'n ako natawa kasi honestly, iba yung published timeframe ni immigration versus when you see actual applications. Malayo siya. So parang minsan it'll say something like, "Oh, you need, like baka sabihin niya 8 months," gano'n. Pero dahil ano yun, global statistics yun na parang there are certain nationalities that need to take more time, may extra step siya. There are certain processes that will not apply to certain people, and then there are like some processes na will only apply to particular people. So parang iba talaga siya, and I think that sometimes yun yung hindi na-realize ng mga tao na yung immigration advisor, they also help you plan your life in the sense na, um, meron certain things na kunwari if you have travel upcoming, like realistic ba 'to, like aabot ba kami, matatapos na ba yung residence namin in time for this flight? Sometimes it's something like, there are certain days na kunwari new visa categories coming up, like for your dad, Lems, 'di ba? Yung parang kailan ba siya puwedeng mag-apply ng ganito, kailan bibisita or yung dun sa kids ninyo na parang darating si lola, kailan yung school break. So there's a lot of other things that are really outside of immigration na, an average person is thinking about. Pero dahil meron kayong visa status to manage, there's also stuff like that na pinaplano. And I feel like when you have someone who works with you throughout the years, medyo ano siya, mas malaki yung time horizon natin. Kasi nga, some things have to be planned over several years, katulad ng residence. One thing na, I think was like, helped me, hindi naman helped me, pero na-experience ko dealing with you guys and your family is it didn't feel long dahil ang dami nung visa applications throughout yung period na kakilala ko kayo. And it's not to say na parang, some people might think, diba, na parang, bakit ang daming visa application? Ibig sabihin ba nun, puro short term yung kinuha sa kanila? Pero it was really just the number of family members we were able to help. I think that was something na has also let me grow close to you guys. Kasi nga, nakilala ko na rin yung pamilya nyo in the process of helping you guys with your visas. Ang dami na bang iba. So, let's talk a bit about your family. Like, so since we got to know each other, sino na ba yung mga family members that you've also kind of had visit you or nadala niyo na sa New Zealand? Yeah. Let's have a bit of chat about that, like family.
Well, sa akin si dad, ilang beses na siya nagpabalik-balik dito.
Sister.
And next week, he's going back. So next weekend, susunduin na namin siya sa airport, Miss Rafi. And at the same time, si ate, eldest namin, tsaka yung husband niya, si Kuya Alvin.
Just recently, yung mom ko nga, yung parang sobrang nasa cloud 9 pa ako ngayon, Miss Rafi, kasi alam mo yun, yung parang dream ko lang mula bata na sana madala ko yung mommy ko in the future sa magandang place, makapag-travel kami together. Tapos nung dumating ako dito, parang sobrang labo pa ang labo nung anong yun, nung pangarap na yun. But then after the residency, a week after or a week after, ito na.
Nandito na siya.
Yung visa niya lumabas na. Ito na, madadala ko na siya. And now, it's like living your dream, nakasama mo yung
Pamilya.
yung parents mo, yung family mo dito sa magandang lugar.
Dahil alam mo yun, dahil yung culture nating mga Pilipino, kahit nasa ibang bansa ka, as much as possible gusto mo magkakasama kayo eh. Yun yung kumbaga mula pagkabata kahit na matatanda na kayo at may mga sarili-sarili ng pamilya. Gusto nyo pagka may mga special occasions like Christmas na matagal nating hinihintay yan, gusto nyo magkakasama kayo palagi. So,
Hmm.
yung time na alam mo yun, yung ayaw mong ikaw lang ang maka-experience ng ganitong lugar na alam mo yun, yung ako lang o yung asawa ko lang ang ano. As much as possible gusto mo
Hmm.
pati yung family members mo, gusto mo ring ma-experience nila na kung ano yung buhay dito, kung ano yung weather, kung ano yung mga tao dito sa New Zealand. So,
Hmm.
thank God dahil, na-experience naman nila, ang naging buhay namin dito kahit papaano.
Yeah. Yun din yung ano, na-realize ko kasi I had looked at a photo that you guys posted na actually hindi siya photo. It was a short video na tumatakbo kayo across a beach tapos
Yeah,
kasama nga yung ano, si Ivy, si Alvin, pero
Oh,
pati yung family niyo in Christchurch, yung
oo.
mga pamangkin. Tapos parang 'di ba may ano pa yun, may partner pa ganyan. So parang tinignan ko yung video, I was like, "Uy, lahat 'to, natulungan namin sa visa." Tapos nakakatuwa kasi parang
Oo,
yun nga, ang dami niyo na yung yung hindi rin siya like lahat kayo nasa Motueka, hindi rin naman siya like lahat yung parang like residents na yung ginawa.
hmm,
Pero marami talaga siya, like I don't think na people really kind of understand that enough in the sense na yung New Zealand, what it offers family is very different to other places like kunwari Singapore or Middle East. Yun madalas kasi yung nahihirapan yung clients na, um, for one, like kunwari sa Singapore, mahirap dalhin nung anak. So, minsan yung parang PR na yung dalawang magulang, hindi ma-PR yung mga anak.
hmm,
Tapos yung parang yung kunwari yung mga kapatid, like it's really difficult to find them opportunity if they want to migrate or, yung ano din, yung parents, like I remember I was talking to an advisor na yung specific na pang-Australia. Sabi nila sa'kin yung waitlist ng Australia for parents is about 50 years. So parang 'di ba, medyo malabo na yun. Hindi mo na
mhm,
makakasama talaga yung magulang mo.
oo,
Whereas in New Zealand, like some of the things we were talking about is meron na siyang, apart from yung parent na residence category, meron siyang bago yung parent boost that allows them to stay basically up to 10 years sa New Zealand. So very, very different yung ano, yung opportunities and a lot of that is like new stuff coming. So, ayun parang I feel like yung dun sa case niyo when I look at your videos and your pictures, because you guys have a bit of a online social media presence, 'di ba? Parang nakikita ko yung aspect na yun ng New Zealand, yung pagka-family friendly niya. Parang sobrang nakikita ko siya dun sa situation ninyo. Kasi it wasn't just about yung immediate family na kayong mag-asawa plus kids, but also yun, yung parang close family pa rin. Hindi naman siya yung parang second cousin ng tita mong kapitbahay ng alam mo yung mga gano'n. Hindi naman siya yung buong barangay talaga. Pero for people who are close and really matter to you, parang New Zealand really does create ways na you stay connected. And yun, whether it's yung medyo mas long term na mga visas na visitor, even visiting, or yun, parang other ways na you can support yung mga kapatid to like explore long-term options in New Zealand. Yun yung something I think is very um compatible dun sa um yung family orientation ng Pilipino. And
that's good.
um from that, no, parang na-mention ko, you guys do have quite a bit of ano, an online presence. Tell us a bit about yung ano, like when you guys make content about New Zealand, like what inspired you to do that? Because some of it's like really, really good. Actually, a lot of it is super
Ayun.
good. So,
ako kasi
ano
talaga
yung nag-i-inspire
active
nun?
active talaga ako sa social media. Siya kasi ano lang siya, basta na-itag ko siya okey na yun, Hindi na siya maghapon. Ako
Sobrang
ang
creative.
nag-inspire
Oo.
sa'kin, well, wala pa kami sa New Zealand, fine-flex ko na talaga kung paano yung setup namin sa family, eh. So, gusto ko ring makita ng iba naming mga kamag-anak, mga kaibigan, kung ano yung naging buhay namin dito sa New Zealand. Not just to, not just to brag, but to inspire also. Kung paano yung kung kami nagawa namin, kaya rin nila kung ano yung naumpisahan namin dito, kaya rin nilang umpisahan. Kaya rin nilang gawin.
Hmm.
Lahat possible. Kung
Sobrang
naging possible sa'min, possible din sa kanila. Gano'n.
yeah, I really love yung ano, sobrang creative yung maganda kasi siya, like, you do some of the cultural stuff, right? Meron pa ako naalalang video with the kids, yung, in New Zealand, we don't say, or
Yeah.
parang in New Zealand, we say, parang gano'n.
Yeah.
So and it's really helpful kasi there are
Oo.
a lot of those little everyday things na yung parang mare-realize mo na parang 'pag ine-experience mo siya, ramdam mo na something is very different. Pero
Mm.
'pag pina-describe sa'yo yung parang what makes living in New Zealand different, parang hindi siya top of mind. So I really love that na yung parang na-capture niyo yung the everyday things. And sobrang project siya with the kids, and I really like how, um, yung nakaka-participate sila in a way na yun na-e-enjoy talaga nila, and it's like, yun, whether it's just like nakikita ko parang si Des ba yun yung parang tinuruan yung mag-bike? Tama ba yung pagkakaalala
Si
ko dun sa
Dacia
video? So
yung
like oo, parang you guys being
Tinuruan
able to do
namin.
all that family stuff together.
So,
Ayun. So from yung 'cause I know, 'di ba yung sabi mo, you really wanna be able to inspire people, na yung parang this is something na achievable din for them. If you had like one message, for your viewers or like people you connect with on social media, ano yung one message that you really want them to take away from what they see dun sa ginagawa mo online?
Well, katulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, kung kami nagawa namin, possible siyang mangyari sa kanila o possible mangyari sa ibang tao din. Kung ano yung naging start namin dito. Wala naman kasing nagsisimulang madali, alam mo yun?
Hmm.
Mahirap sa simula, pero eventually makakapag-adjust ka, eh. Tsaka mo nalang mare-realize na, ganun lang pala. Ganito lang pala simple ang buhay dito. As long as meron kang, alam mo yun, qualifications, skill set, determination, and guidance from God, kaya. It's achievable. Kung ang ibang tao kaya, eh, like us, kaya namin. Kinaya namin, what more kung sila rin. Kung sila
I
magta-try,
love what
kaya rin
you
mag-try.
I love what you said, na yung parang walang walang nagsisimula sa madali. Kasi parang I feel like some people might watch this conversation and think na, ang dali naman kasi ng mga pangyayari sa inyo, na yung parang si Des, parang nakausap niya si Rafi tapos sinabihan siya na try mo mag-apply
Mm.
outside of Christchurch, and then that same day or like yung bukas may interview na siya. They might think about that na yung sequence ng events na yun, na parang, madali kasi yung pangyayari sa kanila or swerte lang yun. Pero I think that was yung sinasabi mo na hindi nagsisimula sa madali.
Oo.
Ini-ignore niyo yung fact na sa dami nung sinabit niyong CV within Christchurch, nandun na yung nakapag-practice na kayo dun sa CV, nakapag-practice na kayo nung pag-draft ng mga cover letter ninyo, and all the work that had gone into it, na meron pa rin kayong, there was hindi siya naging madali talaga. In-effort
Mm.
niyo and hindi kayo sumuko. So, yung parang you took advantage of the opportunities available sa inyo, pero you really did do the work involved para maging successful. So, I think that's a really good thing din, parang encouragement sa mga tao kasi parang baka feeling nila na, parang daming beses ko na nasubukan, and yung parang baka sign na 'to ni Lord na, "Oh, it's not for me," gano'n. Which is yung parang maybe we're misinterpreting yung circumstances natin na hindi naman yun yung sinasabi ni God, 'di ba? So, I really love that parang encouragement to other people na, hindi talaga nagsisimula sa madali. And
Madali.
like yung whether something is easy shouldn't be yung reason whether you
Yeah.
pursue a thing. It's like really, really good advice. On the note of, ano, di ba, parang inspiring other people, ito yung last question ko for you guys. What is the thing, like, if there's one thing about your life in New Zealand that you love the most, what is it?
Ako yung work-life balance. Ah, going back to the Philippines, parang ang ano mo is paycheck to paycheck lang, eh, in terms of financials, eh. At the same time, tulog ka pagkagising mo trabaho. Hindi katulad, dito sa New Zealand, lalo na ngayong naging resident na, papasok ka pag-uwi mo, quality time with the family, weekend quality time. Parang ang dating kasi tama yung sinabi niyo kanina, yung nagtatrabaho ka para mabuhay, hindi ka nabuhay para magtrabaho.
Mm.
Mas na-e-emphasize yung, quality of life namin dito sa New Zealand. And at the same time, kahit nasa foreign country ka, never naming na-experience na nagkaroon na-experience yung discrimination. Um, welcome kami sa mga Kiwis, sa mga Maoris, kung ano yung trato nila sa kapwa nila locals, gano'n din ang trato sa mga migrants. So, yun yung isa sa mga nagustuhan ko dito sa New Zealand, and at the same time yung weather, hindi malamig, hindi mainit, sakto lang. Hindi ka alam mo yun, hindi ka nahihirapan, hindi mo maano yung yung comfort ba. Mas naano
Yeah.
yung comfort mo na 'pag mainit, ayan, okey lang, electric fan ka lang, tapos na, or ano, buksan mo lang yung bintana. 'Pag malamig, magkumot ka lang, hindi masyadong ano.
Think kasi kung compared to other countries na naisip namin prior, sobrang mas dahil prior 'di ba isipin mo sobrang lamig
Sa
nun, hindi
US,
pala namin kakayanin parang gano'n. So yun nga, saka yung
Mm.
security dito sa New Zealand parang mas secured yung not parang, talagang secured yung future ng kids kasi yun talaga as parents um, yung goal mo, yung ma-secure niyo yung, future ng kids. Kasi dito, yung education and yung
Health healthcare,
healthcare bata, so
kahit sa atin mas ano yung ano natin, mas priority nila yung health, education, alam mo yun, work-life balance, like katulad nga ng sinabi ko.
dito, it's really different. And coming here in New Zealand, na-realize namin na sobrang blessed pala kami kasi, well, New Zealand is one of the safest countries to live with, to live in, and what else? Safest country, work-life balance number one for me. Yeah, so
Sobrang friendly ng mga tao.
yung mga tao talaga sobrang sobrang na-amaze ako na ang sobrang bubuting tao nila. Ano,
I know
parang
what you mean. Nakakagulat siya. Like, I remember this one time, it's the first time I went to Christchurch. Tinanong ako na, so I met with one of yung contacts namin sa schools. Tapos parang tinanong niya, oh, how are you getting around Christchurch? Ganyan. Tapos parang sabi, oh, naglalakad-lakad lang ako. It's very walkable na city. And he is like, oh, gusto mo hiramin yung kotse ko. As in, like, di ba, basically a stranger. First time I ever meet this person. Ganun. Pero, parang even when I tell that to Kiwis, they're like, yeah, I can see that happening. Like, that's not an isolated incident. And, di ba, parang sa Pilipinas, it's like, number one, hindi ka ever mag-o-offer ng gano'n. In fact, minsan, kakilala mo na hindi mo pa aalokin ng gano'n, di ba?
Exactly.
The second is like, the fact na um, you also feel safe accepting the offer. Kasi di ba, parang dito, kahit alukin ka ng magandang bagay, too good
May
to be
kapalit.
true. Like, paraning ka na, oo, or baka kina-scam ka in some way na hindi mo pa alam kung paano. So, yun. So, parang ganun din. Like, I've experienced it. Like, kunwari sa airport, may kasabay lang ako sa shuttle. Tapos, parang, it's just like Kiwi's like, oh, let me help you with your bags. Kasi nakita niya, babae ako, tapos lalaki siya. So, he just like helps me with my bags. It's very, very different. Like, when we talk about yung parang friendliness, hindi lang siya yung magsa-start sila with a conversation. It's
yeah,
like, how they interact with you is really different.
kahit
Yeah.
nakasalubong
Kayo,
mo
may
lang
examples kayo
sa
na
street,
gano'n? Yung parang, ano yung nagsa-stand out in your mind? Na yung parang when you say, ang friendly nila, ang bait nila. Ano yung image na, or like experience that's conjured in your mind?
Maglakad ka lang dito sa labas, Ma'am Rafi. Lahat ng mga kasalubong mo kahit hindi mo sila kakilala, "Hello, good day, good morning, kia ora."
Like that.
Gano'n sila.
Chrysler, yung 'pag nasa
Yeah.
bus ka, 'di ba tayo sa'tin nasakay tayong bus, bababa lang tayo, wala tayong pakialam dito, magte-thank you ka. Tapos yung bus driver "Oh, take care, have a good day." Sobrang ano nila,
True.
Yung courtesy nila.
True.
magte-thank you talaga yung mga tao dun sa bus driver for the ride, parang gano'n.
Yeah, and they mean it, no? Hindi yung parang pre-programmed response. They actually mean it. Like, you can feel na yun,
Yeah,
nandun talaga yung gratitude and everything.
sincerity nila, oo. Totoo.
Yeah.
Tsaka yung ano, yung kapitbahay lang namin, pagka walang magbabantay dalhin mo dito si Dasha or gano'n. Gano'n sila ka-concern sa bawat isa, kahit hindi man nila
Mm.
kalahi or kahit hindi sila local dito.
Yeah.
Long as you are a human being,
Yung humanity
gano'n
talaga.
yung ano nila, yung concern nila sa isa't isa.
Posible talaga yung
Yeah.
world peace 'pag nandito ka.
Parang at saka yung discipline is yun pa yung ano ng New Zealand, yung discipline nila. Minsan, nasa ano kasi sinusubok ako ng pagka-Pilipino ko. Yung nasa kalsada ka, ikaw lang mag-isa, tapos yung pedestrian nandiyan naka-stop yung ano, parang gusto mo ng tumawid, ng kahit naka-stop pa. Pero dahil nandito ka at sobrang discipline ng mga tao, susunod ka kung ano yung policy, kung ano yung rules and regulations nila.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, so I think that's all the questions I have for you today. Are there any like final thoughts you want to share? Or yeah.
Yung sa'kin siguro yung gusto ko lang i-share sa mga viewers niyo ng Coro Ma'am Rafi na talagang sobrang importante. Oo, nandun yung, you're working hard na maging posible yung mga plano mo, pero it's para sa'kin sobrang laki ng tulong na meron kang magandang resources at, meron kang, advice from professionals like Coro, like the mga licensed immigration advisor kasi, i-o-open nila sa'yo yung mga possibilities. Sila yung magse-share sa'yo ng mga possibilities, ano bang yun, na parang ito yung gawin mo, ganyan. And you just have to believe na kaya mo, you work hard for it and yeah, madali na lalo na sa'min na sobrang tama ka, madami yung visas na pinagdaanan namin, Miss Rafi, pero naging madali sa'min 'pag iko-compare ko, madaming mga friends na nagsabi, "Oh, bakit di na lang kayo mag-file, mag-DIY na lang kayo," ganyan, ganyan. Pero yung convenient na having a licensed immigration advisor na nandun kami straight sa success, yung parang kasi yung ano namin yung what do you call that, yung approval rate, it's 100%, right, Miss Rafi? Parang
Yeah.
everything alam na kung ano yung mga documents na needed. So, sobrang hassle-free. Ako, para sa mga nagpaplano to migrate sa New Zealand, it's it's ano, it's worth it na kumuha ng advisor. Gano'n. Ikaw?
How about
Well,
you,
ako
Dennis?
kung
Is there
in terms of ano, yung long-term goal, kung talagang, not really hindi mo naman kailangan ng maraming pera as long as na alam mo yun, yung maka-survive ka at maibigay mo yung ano sa family mo, yung mga daily needs na alam mo yun, necessity. Hindi mo naman kailangan mabuhay ng marangya and kung simplicity lang at yung ano yung convenient life lang, New Zealand is one of the best countries na puwedeng puntahan. And katulad nga sinabi ni Des, everything is possible as long as you have a skill set, uh, good background, and good immigration advisor tulad ng Coro.
Thanks, guys.
Oo.
Sobrang grateful kami talaga sa Coro, Miss Rafi, sa'yo. And we thought na talagang kasi 'di ba, hindi talaga Coro at first yung advisor namin. But then everything happens for a reason. And after that, ayun na, tuloy-tuloy na.
Sobrang laki ng advantage kung meron kang, immigration advisor na nandiyan para ibigay lahat ng guidance kung ano yung mga requirements na kailangang i-prepare para sa, visa. And ano pa ba?
And that one advice coming from you, Ma'am Rafi, hindi ko makakalimutan. Yun nga yung explore yung opportunities outside. Yun nga, kung nasan kami. Kasi without that advice, nandun pa rin kami, nakastick kami doon sa
Baka
ano namin, nandun kami
uwi ng Philippines.
pwedeng wala kaming makuha na, na, na opportunity. Kasi nga, sobrang time restricted kami that time. So, yeah. So, for those na nagpaplano, yung mga gustong pumunta ng New Zealand, sobrang worth it pumunta dito. Lalo na kung family kayo, you're raising your kids, and yeah, peace, what else? Sobrang worth it na na sa New Zealand ka, i-consider sa New Zealand. And then seek advice from reputable advisor, immigration advisor. Sobrang
Yeah.
laking tulong.
Actually, naalala ko pa yun. Like, you brought it up, diba, na parang you were working with someone else. And it's not that they were bad advisors. Actually, kilala ko yun. They're a good advisor. I think one of the differences lang is yung immigration practice namin, we have a higher risk appetite in the sense na we will take cases na more complicated. Kasi merong mga advisors na gagawin lang nila pag madali or parang straightforward. Kasi takot sila dun sa approval rating nila na magbago. So, for us, like, if you remember, diba, yun nga, parang sa inyo, yun yung challenge to overcome. Yung parang mag-expire na yung visa, oh, we want to stay, and then you want to still explore opportunities. And actually, kung naalala niyo pa yung, yung sa dad mo, Lems,
Oo.
na, di ba, parang hindi siya straightforward. Meron talaga siyang, like, we actually had to ask for an exception to instructions. Pero even then, parang successful naman, di ba? So parang, I think there's a lot of that din. Yung parang, there are things that are possible na as an individual, hindi mo alam posible siya. Kasi nga, you only know what you know, and diba, you don't do it for a living. So yung perspective is very different. And even from advisor to advisor, hindi siya parang necessarily same yung magiging approach. So, and yeah, so I think I can wrap up the interview. Thank you so much for spending time with us. Sobrang na-appreciate ko kayo. I really consider you guys friends, not just clients. And my hope
Thank you,
is
Miss
the
Rafi.
next trip that I make to New Zealand, mapuntahan ko kayo sa
Ay,
Motueka. Kasi ang
looking
ganda niya
forward to that.
talaga. And it's really one of the place, well, diba, parang Motueka would not really make it onto my map kung wala kayo doon. But I'm actually supposed to go to Nelson anyway, kasi parang I haven't been to Nelson before. So parang the next trip, sasadyain ko talaga kayo.